Hello, good evening and welcome. Wednesday today, and we are here Stampin' with Sandra Stamp and Craft Studio. So if you are joining me on YouTube, then please hit the like and subscribe button so that you can be notified when I pop up again. And if you're on Facebook, the same, just like and follow my page. That would be really helpful to me to be able to know that there's people following along. Okay, so today I'm doing something a little bit different, sharing with you non-traditional Christmas colours. So you're going to have to go with me on this one. I will get you down onto the table. I'm going to show you the colours first and then we can walk through it. Okay, so I can see that coming up there. So, colours tonight. The demonstrators amongst you might recognise. Hi, lovies. You've got Tracy and we've got Marilyn on there. That's lovely. These are very unusual colours and I would not have thought to put them together. However, oh, that smudge just gone upstairs. However, Stampin' Up! Have a different weekly, Succeed Weekly documents they send out to demonstrators, and they share some projects sometimes to inspire us. And I rather was taken with this one. I'm doing it a little bit differently because I don't have all the materials. However, we're going to have some fun because it was just a challenge for me to have 3 totally non-Christmas colours out to do a Christmas card. Okay. I think that means that they're both upstairs. If there's any fighting going on, I apologise. I'm early. Oh, bloomin' heck, it's Wednesday. Yes, you're right. I have come on early. Oh dear. I've never done that before. 8 o'clock on a 9 o'clock YouTube. Never mind. You're here, you're with me, so we're going to continue. Yes, what made me think? I don't know. I'm on the wrong time zone. Okay, maybe I've changed the clocks early. No, not quite. So we're going to play with these. I've got a really nice, different one. I'm using the masks again. I'm using a different mask. So I'll quickly run you through those. And I'll take these out of the way for now. We're going to have some fun. So I'm going to do a white layer. And in my scrap boxes, I've got one that I've got on here. If you find yourself using a particular size for your layers, either a first matte layer or a second matte layer, I've done one of my boxes as being panelled. So in here, I've got the matte layers I need for the different cards. Now, we've got the first size. All I've done is put the measurements on here now, so when I get them out on air that you can see them. So the matte layers, the first layer from a standard size in the UK sizes would be these, and then for the second matte layer, the next size smaller would be these. Now I want to have a bigger border around tonight, so I'm going to take one of these ones out. So we're on 9.5 centimetres by 13.8 and 3 3/4 inches by 5. That should work with your size cards. So that's those ones gone. Just saves me cutting, and every now and again I will cut a few sheets just to be able to have those to hand. Now if I go through with you the masks very quickly, I'll get them all out so you can see the different designs. I've used yes, I think the children are just leaving. So we have here, I think that's the right side. We've got the leaves, which are really, really pretty. Not used those ones yet. The snowflakes that have got white ink on because I've not washed them yet. So snowflakes on their own. They're really nice. And then we had the sunflowers, the floral ones, images, whatever colours you like to use those in. I had someone in here with me earlier and I've not washed those. So they do need a clean. They're water-based inks, so they're going to clean really nicely. And the last one is the houndstooth. Now I've not used this before, so from this set I've used the style before. Just looking at them, I feel there's a right and a wrong side, a bit like die cuts when you cut through them. This is the smooth gone downwards and this is the slightly sharper side. Wouldn't really make any difference. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put a little bit of Scotch tape just on my mat here. Because it's a mask, I know I'm putting this onto paper. It really doesn't matter. As long as I'm not going near the border. Oh no, I am, aren't I? Sorry, come take that off. Okay, so I am using the whole of this border. Sorry, I was thinking I was doing a layer around it. So I'm making a little loop of tape and I'm going to put on there. And I'll make this one into a loop of tape. You've not seen me do that before, I don't think. So just make the loop round on your finger. Okay, and this is quite handy if you want to secure parcels and you want to be discreet about it, or you want to have things that aren't mounted on frames or things. So you've basically got those two little loops there. That's going to adhere it down to my card. Okay, doesn't have to, onto my mat, sorry. Doesn't have to be straight on here, but the mask goes on here straight. It's just going to mean that that's smaller size and it's not going to move. When we use the bigger masks, I had a hinge, didn't I? So I could see. This one I'm not going to, because the layer underneath is all secure. So I'm going to get this into the corners where I'd like that to be. Okay, so I'm kind of like half on and half off. I've got little markers along here I can use, and I'm going to just tape a couple of corners down, so the opposites. So I'll tape that one there and that one there. I have done this with Scotch tape again, so it will just peel off nicely. Okie doke. Hi everybody joining. Shaz, I think you just missed the cats fighting upstairs and now gone out. So I'm going to use the Bubble Bath ink. Okay, and I did have, that's my white one, so that's looking a bit pinky, but this one is the pinky blending brush. So I'm going to blend this through the houndstooth. Okay, I will be using this one a lot more. I've got some projects planned, but I've only got so many hours in the day. So as you know, with the blends, once you tap it on here, I just like to get the worst off there. This is a very pale ink, so it's not going to do a whole heap of damage. It's not going to be like a sharp shock like we would if we were using the darker colours. The other two colours, what can I say? They are Orchid Oasis and Lemon Lime Twist. Now, Lemon Lime Twist used to be one of my all-time favourites. So when they did the colour refresh, oh, there we go. I've done it too heavy now. I'll blend some of that out. Too busy talking. So it's one of my all-time favourites. So I think as I go, really pleased when that came back. It's kind of that yellowy green colour. I'll leave that there just so you can see the ink colour while I'm working. And then this is the other one. We've got the Orchid Oasis. So you can see all three of those now there, can't you? Okay. So who else has got any of these in their favourites? Any favourite colours? I mean, Bubble Bath has been a great addition. I love it. So I'm really pleased with that. When this example that Stampin' Up have given us in using this, I just thought it was a great project for tonight. They coloured, I will do this at some point for you, they used the masks with the paste, the embossing paste, and they coloured the paste, put a few drops of Rinka in, and they coloured the paste. Now, you've not seen me use the paste lately, and when I went to find mine, I haven't used it for so long, it has dried up a little bit, so I need to get a new pot, but I will be getting one on the next order. So you will see me do that. It's kind of like a mixed media technique, really, but it can be used for cards as well. Okay. So I'm talking because I'm literally massaging this all over. It's a very pale colour, so it's taken me longer to work this in. And as I've said before with the brushes, I'm going clockwise and anti-clockwise. So with all these bristles in here, thousands and thousands of bristles, they're just so soft. They will go into all the nooks and crannies if you go in both directions. So just do a little bit more on here. It's very subtle on this side, it's apart from that little piece over there. I might reposition some of the foliage. Okay, we're getting there. Just a little bit more through the centre. Now if I lift one of these corners up, That's actually quite graduated along there. I quite like that actually. So that's going to be all we need that for. So I will take those off and pop that on my washing up pile over there. Pop those on there. Okie doke, so we can pop this one away. That's all the bubble bath we're going to use. I want to call it baby, but it's not baby colour. So next we're going to put that one to one side. We've got the little loops on the back here. It is the repositionable tape, so those could come off as well. And because it's so thin, I don't worry about that causing a ridge. It is very, very thin, but still strong. So those two will go in the bin. Leave them on there for now. If you'd got anything else on there, you'd actually find you could have a ridge. And when you're blending, you don't want to have a ridge because you'll get a sharp line where there was another piece of card or something like that underneath it. So that's quite nice. I'm going to use that way up. Okay, so that's going to go to one side. What I want to do next is stamp a greeting. I'm not 100% sure what size I'm going to cut it yet, but I want it to be onto a strip. I get the sentiment out first. I'm going to be using the Christmas Classics, and I'm going to use the same one on here. There's the Season's Greetings. So I have in here. You can tell it's been well used already because it's pink. Let's get that out of the way, and that out of the way. So we'll pick this one up. Okay, so I might get away with a narrower strip. Depends what's in there. Yeah, let me get it on there. Ooh, look at that. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so that's that one sorted. And then we're going to do some die cutting. So I'm going to do the Orchid Oasis onto the bubble bath card. It's really thrown me out, you saying about the time now. I've gone on the Sunday time on the Wednesday, haven't I? So I'm going to pop this in the centre because I might flag the ends, I might keep it flat. Just juggling with the top of the S and the bottom of the G, trying to get that in the right way round. So again that's just an unusual colour. I did stamp some ink onto a bubble bath the other day actually. I'll put the ones under there. So that's that one. I can leave that to one side. And the last but not least, I'm going to use some of the foliage. I'm not sure which one this was in. Yeah. Got one of those. We've got some holly in there as well, haven't we? So we're going to put both of those on actually. So we've got the holly leaves and we've got some fern. Okay, just because I'm kind of following a script, but I'm having a bit of artistic license as well. So I'm going to peel that one off and stick that on the case for now. So we've got another block. So these are all going to be stamped in this one. Now I think I should have loads of scraps for lemon and lime twist. Stamp that on there. You can see I'm still using my scraps up here, loving them, but I will get to the point whereby I haven't got big enough pieces to do. So like that one, we'll do some holly. Okay, I want a couple of those, so let's choose that one on there first. And I'm going to stamp two. I'm just getting them out of your shadow of my phone over the top. So if I do one in that corner, leaving a little bit of a border, okay, and then one in this corner, there should be sufficient to die cut those round. Okay, yin and yang. So that's those two. And then the bigger one, again, I'm going to have two of those. So I think I'll go that way. And then this way. There you go. So we'll run those through the machine. Those ones out. I think that's all I'm going to need on there. Now I do need some of the Orchid Oasis. These haven't got their own scrap places yet because they are an in colour, but I have got some smaller pieces in there ready to put in a box. So I want some filigree ones, these ones here. This one is quite a nice one because it's actually got 2 pieces on here, so we can cut those 2 out. We've got this one. The magnets are so strong on there, they're sticking to the nails underneath, and that one for there. Okay, so we're going to run those through on the little sandwich on here. Okay, so I'll keep those in sight for you. Plates. I've got a very poorly plate. Look, it's getting to the point it's going to give way soon. So I hope it doesn't do it tonight. So those 2 are going to go straight onto the plate because there's no lining up needed. Okay, so they're going to go there. And then this one, I'm just going to pull on beside it and grab the piece of tape from earlier on there. And I'm going to attach those on here because we don't want that to move. We want it to be in those lines. Find one place and then anchor it on. Okay. Yeah, it's not brilliant at all this time. A lot of the other artists, we do have a Facebook page for the artists, and everybody's saying it's really quiet. I know there's one thing, a gentleman, a couple came in today and said about the economy, and that's possibly something to do with the economy. People haven't got the money, but I said it's quite nice to actually go out and just visit. There's no charge for people to come in, but it was nice to see them, and had a good chat. And she's local in the village here, and I think she'll probably be back for a class as well, so she's quite interested in doing some more. So she wasn't able to stay and make something today, but otherwise I've had people that I know popping in because they know I'm here and open every day, all day. So it's quite nice to have that bit of flexibility there. Just trying to line this up because it's a pale colour. So I'm just doing the other holly leaf. Take that one off and then get rid of that. There we go. Then we've got the, these are the ferns. These are pretty. I've not actually stamped with these yet, so it's good to try some different ones. But it's definitely a nice unusual combination. So I kind of likened it to the 3 years ago. With the sketch challenge, we said about sketch challenges the other day. Then with sketch challenges, it gives you something to go out of your comfort zone, and with something like this, an obscure colour, sometimes it's nice just to grab 3 colours, just go along randomly. You might find me actually asking up front and saying, right, give me some colours, and we'll do a 3 colour challenge, a bit like when I do the alcohol markers. Not done them recently, but I showed the lady today. I was talking about, she was interested how the technique was done, so that was good. Lay that just in there for now. Get rid of these so that I don't lose them. If I pop them in the box, they won't get lost. Okay, that's in the bin over there, and that's going to go back in the scraps, and I think I've got everything out that I need. Okay, let's pop this on the floor. I'll clean those plates later. So we need a base card, don't we? So I've got some thick basic white here, but I did actually, when I got them out of off the shelf, I did realise there was a card in there already, which saves a bit of time. So this is our base. We're going to build it up from the bottom. This is the layer that we're going to put on here. Now you can always go down and trim it and have a little bit of a bigger gap. I'm going to put this one down flat because I want to build the other layers up, especially the greeting. So let's get that down on here. And I'm going to build it up. Haha, yes, your cat, Smudge. Yes, we had both of them in here. I think there was a little bit of fighting and chasing Smudge up there. He's a little tinker, you know, lovable rogue. But he's beautiful, but yeah, he does pick on her. Now, I had my Take Your Pick tool over there, so I will use my tweezers and my scissors as I need, just to poke some of these pieces out here. because they've got the little tiny pieces in the centre of these. There you go. Get them out. I don't like little bits like that getting in the way. If they're left behind, they have to go. Okay, that's that one. And these ones here. I will just say, when I come to stick these down, there is reminded me that there is some adhesive sheets you can get. You put the adhesive sheets behind these, so when you cut them, stick it onto the back of the card, then they're completely ready to stick. Now that's great for these pieces like this, but if you don't need, if you're fitting foliage behind and you don't actually need it all stuck down, you want it to have a little bit of lift, you don't need them. What I do like, and I'm loving at the moment and got to order some more, is the foam pads. When you die cut the alphabet letters, if you put the piece of card onto the foam pad, the little 6-inch piece, 4-inch pieces like this, if you put it on there first and then you die cut, you've got a foam pad die cut at the same time. They are really, really good. Really loving those. So I'm going to change it slightly. I'm going to cut this down. I'm going to neaten those ends, and then I will flag them because I prefer flagged ends. Yes, absolutely, Tracy. After the event. Tracy's was my buddy in a group recently, but she's also one of the fellow designers who submit tutorials every week. We've just had the blog hop tonight, so she's one of the ladies who joins in. She's from Canada. We do have a fair few visitors on here from overseas, Tracy. Okay, so I'm just snipping that into the centre. You saw me do this, I think, last time. Just snip it into the middle, take that piece away, snip into the middle, right to the top. And that's why I love our snips. Our snips are the best scissors ever because they go right to the point. Okay, so that's that one. And then what we're going to do here is build these up behind there. Now, I want to put this on foam pads. I like to put this down first and then tuck everything else in behind it. The only danger of doing that is the fact that sometimes your foam pad is exactly where you want your piece to go. Where's that other blue piece just jumped to? Okay, guys, if you saw this piece disappear, there was 2 of them there just now. I've not moved. I've not got up. Honestly, I've not moved. So what have I moved? What have I used? It's definitely not there. Oh, did I have those boxes down? No. No. Did I have it on the bottom of the machine? No. That's strange. And it's not in my hot drink there. Well, I never. That's crazy. As soon as I make another one, it will turn up. It's not on the die. I will just check. It's not gone in there in the die, has it? No. I need 2 because I need it to be even, so I'm going to have to cut another one. That's really weird. I've not huffed and puffed and blown it off the table. And it's not stuck to me, and I've not got off the chair. It's not still in the waste there. There's definitely, I poked the holes out of 2 pieces, didn't I? It's not gone in the bin. Just tell me that these things happen to you as well. Why ever? Go on, I'll cut another one and then it'll go and turn up. So, quickly whisk around there. Just rough cutting that so I can put the other piece back in my scraps. Off air, there we go, take that back. That is crazy. I'll let you know in the comments if I find it, where I find it. Right, that one's back in the die cuts. That one's back in the scraps. We've got some more little pieces to poke out again. I'll go back about there. Not had the ink pads out either, have they? Not on the bottom of them? No. Well, okay. It's going to be one of those mysteries, isn't it? So tuck that one out. I didn't look to see what the awareness days are coming up. I normally have them in my head. No, on Saturday it's World Card Making Day. So here we go. We've got this one, the Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm just going to quickly show you the foam pads I was talking about. So this is the 3Ds, and it's actually called foam adhesive sheets. So you can see I've got very little left. I've got some pieces which are quite handy. So like this one, I could put the Noel on here, the die that says Noel, N-O-E-L. Put a piece of card on here first, then die cut it, and it will have the whole 3D. Then you peel off the back and it's all ready to go. So I do like them, but I do need to have those on my next order. They're written down already. Today I want the other ones, standard ones. And in fact, I'm going to use the minis because I'm going to put some, in fact, I'll change again. Look, I've got my piece in here that says edges. Let's use some edges. So these little edgy strips along here, we just snip those out. Just trying to think of something a little bit smaller so that when we tuck things behind, nothing's going to get in our way. So I'll put enough on there. I'll probably put 4 down the middle. Okay, and pop those back in the bits package. Get them out of the way. And then that will be ready to go on the middle of the card. Take those off in the bin. All the time. I'm glad I'm not alone. You got the old piece caught on your sleeves. No, there's nothing on my sleeves. It's a 3/4 length t-shirt. They're not like anything that would catch. I don't like to have long sleeves when I'm on film. I like my wrists clear. So let's put this in the middle. So we've got the middle of the card there, keeping it straight. So we're very pink at the moment, pink and blue. So what we're going to do here is pop some of these through the back. So we're going to have a couple of those either side like that, and then we're going to interchange all of these foliage. So we'll have one of each at the top and one of each at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put these down first. All I'm going to do is take the Tombow and just put some dots on here. We don't need all of it to be stuck down, just enough to hold it. And of course the pieces that go underneath don't need the adhesive because they're staying in place. And put one kind of more upright than that, like so. Same with this one, just little dots on the back. I wouldn't warrant this project to have the sheets, the adhesive sheets on. They're quite pricey. For the right dies, when you need the whole thing adhered down, they're fabulous. Okay, so this one's going to come out from the bottom. So kind of like a yin and yang. Okay, and they're down. So these ones are the foliage pieces. Now we want to have those tucked under there, but I'm going to tell you another little tip, because if they are in the way where you need to put the foam pads in the way, I cut these at a slant and take the bottom off. So all we're interested in is this piece poking out from the bottom. Okay, if I put them on foam pads, they will be raised higher and give it some more dimension. So I'm going to put this one here and the holly in the centre. So I want some adhesive pieces on there. I'll take that back and put some dimensionals here. Sorry, that's in this shadow piece. Snip that one. Good that you can see me being thrifty as well, because as demos we use all the little pieces. We don't let anything waste. So I've cut that as a slant because it's going to go under there like so, and nobody's going to know that that's chopped off, okay, other than you because you're watching me. So this can tuck a little bit under there, or it could tuck, if I hadn't stuck all of it down, you can kind of put it half and half. This is an old letter opener. This was my grandma's letter opener, and I do use that in absence of my take your pick tool because it's over the other side of the table. So I do use that sometimes. The same here. I'd kind of like to see a little bit of that coming out. I might snip that actually, or just let's just reorganise that one and come there. So it's just showing the blue through, but also showing the 3 holly leaves out there. So more foam pad on the back, just in the centre. can be poked under there. As long as there's the blue coming through, I'll tuck that in there. There we go. And the same here, because I'm going to assume that they're going to be similar. I'm going to take that edge off, and that can come in there. So we're kind of sticking that one, stick that one under there a little bit because it's loose. So you've left some of those because I've just put it mainly down the middle, and that can have a little piece of dimensional at the top. That one's finished now. I'll get another strip out. All these little bits come in handy. Somebody once said to me they use the outside pieces first. On the new packets, they use the outside pieces before they use the main bits, which I thought is quite a handy idea. Okay, that little piece. And down the bottom. So I'm going to tuck that under that little piece of blue, so it kind of can sit on the top. And then this one's going to come kind of in that corner as well. Tuck that one under. That's going to go okay, isn't it? So we've actually got symmetrical going on there, but that's fine. So I'm going to put some Tombow on the bottom and then a little piece of pad at the top. A little piece there. A little slip on the bottom there. Yeah. Turn around. Now you could colour these in if you wanted. You could. I've just left that end so that the end kicks up, so it's got a bit of dimensional. And this, I'm just going to adhere that down so that he doesn't get caught. Okay, these are the little pieces. If you wanted some ferns somewhere, you could use those, but they are the square pieces, so I'll chuck them away today. Just wait for that piece to adhere. Okay, now one of the other things I've learned a lesson today. Maxine, I'm sorry, I came early. It's my time, my turn, my fault, sorry. So here, this is the Orchid Oasis. Now, this is available in all 5 in colours. I purchased these last year when the in colours were released, and now the metallics, if I can see if I can bring that up to the camera. Can you see how sparkly they are? They're absolutely gorgeous. And the concept artist who designed this has actually cut some lengths of this, and then what they've done, they've actually frayed them out. So I wanted to just show you a little bit of technique here, because you can actually just pull them apart and work them down. Okay, so literally just fraying those edges out a little bit like so. So if you take a length and just it stretches. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of like messing it up, so the little straggly pieces will actually stick out from underneath, which I really love. I'm going to use the big scissors because they're my ribbon scissors, and I'm going to attach those with a glue dot because I want the feathery little bits to come out the end. So if we take a glue dot, stick that onto the end. Oh, look, I'm spreading those out already. Get them onto the glue dot, and then that'll be easier to lift off. Like so, and then we're going to tuck that out behind. Okay. Come on, off my finger. So if I tuck those underneath, okay, then once it's down and I've pressed the glue dot down, you can actually just spray them all out. So you could kind of do that beforehand. You can't stick down the individual strands, but once it's attached and the glue dot is holding it in place, you can get some nice feathery little pieces. So I'm going to do it again here. So if you watch me over the side, in fact, I'll cut a length off first. It's probably easier. Take that out of the way. But I haven't done this for ages. There's a little break in there, actually. Let's see if that's going to be okay. So I'm just going to spread those out, just using my nails, and just spread them. Like so. Different ribbons, just play with them because they do all have different qualities. Okay, there we go, that's that one. And I'll get that onto a glue dot as well. Some of them you can actually pull, some of the thicker ones, you can actually pull a thread from the middle and use them individually. So that's quite nice to do as well. Hold it that way, because this way. I'm going to go underneath with this one. Okay, so there's my glue dot. So if I pop this in underneath here and tuck that in. Go under that. Okay, I could have done that to the edge of the piece before I actually put this through. I'm going to give it a little bit of a haircut so it's a bit long, and then we can pull these, just tease these out with your nails and just have that just lightly coming out from underneath there. I quite like that effect. Okay, it's not quite so loose as the other one, but it kind of gives you the general feel, doesn't it? Because we've got some spare bits here cut off, I could do a third one. So I'm going to start by putting this on the glue dot this time. Put it onto there. Okay, that is spread out just a little bit. Get hold of him. And then stick it under here first. Okay, get him well stuck down firmly. And then we can fathom this one out on here. Just with your nails. If you don't have nails, then you can just use your tweezers or your scissor blade. It's probably easier doing it stuck down. A bit like a webby sort of like effect. There we go. So that's all done nicely. The only thing I've got left to do is the gems. Now I haven't got any of the pearl gems that came in with that the colours this year. I've got some of the silver here. And I think that the metallics will shine through. So what I'm going to do is take one of these. They have been used in kits and they've been bashed about a little bit. So you can see they're coming a little bit loose from the sheet. But what I've got here is I pulled off this shelf the 3 colours I was using tonight. So we've got those 3 colours, but I think the blue is going to be nice to dot those around with. So I'm going to take the alcohol markers, the Stampin' Blends, and I'm going to colour just randomly some of these over the side here. So they're silver at the moment, but I'm going to go over the top and gently round the sides. And I mean gently, you're not going to scrub the top of your nib. You want to keep them for nice colouring. So gently go around the edge of the third one. And then over the top. Now, by the time I've done 5 of these, I think 5 might be overpowering, I'll do the 3, and then I start at the top again, and I just do the top very lightly again. So it's like having a second coat. Because they're pearlescent or they're metallic or whatever, I like to just give them that second coat. And you can see, I'll bring it up to the camera, you can see what a difference they make. Can you focus on those? So you've got the silver ones, and I changed the silvers to the Orchid Oasis. So you can do those, colour those in any colour of your alcohol markers, and that's most gems. Most gems are very forgiving. You can use. So I'll put a couple maybe over there, and then I'll put one over here. Put one in there. Oops. Go on, stick down. Oh, my tweezers are sticky again. There we go. So 3 little dots on there. I think that's quite a lovely card. And it's using totally non-traditional colours. Okay, so a little bit of fluff on where the ribbon's coming out. Okay, so the nice non-traditional colours. I do know one lady who is very red and green all the way through, and I couldn't send this to her. But it's just nice for me to show you something a little bit different. And like I said, it was designed by one of the concept artists. And they put a post up on the, I'm pretty sure it's a concept artist, put it up on the Stampin' Up page for us. It's not got a name to it, so I think it must be one of the design team. Okay, so I hope you've liked that. What head office news we've got to avoid today? The sign up offer has started. So I have got a folder here now, and I'm going to be able to just run through things. So I've got one of our wallets, and I'm going to have lives on there with the Wednesday and the Sunday times. We've got online exclusives as well. So we've got these that I mentioned the other day, the 35% more or 35% less in your starter kit. So if you've got a long shopping list, especially with Christmas, lots of people are Christmas crafters. So the Christmas crafters, you can either have 35% off your £99 or 35% more in product. So what that means is that the £130 normally for £99, you could have 35% off, and it's £64.35 for £130 worth of product. So that's nearly half price. is virtually as half price, or 35% more product. So the 130 becomes 175, £175.50 for £99 as well. And there's no shipping charges on there, plus £72 worth of value attending our onstage convention. It's an online one this autumn, so that one is a fabulous offer. And then the online exclusives. So online exclusives are coming out shortly, 7th of November. Okay, so this is just giving you a sneak peek. And look, there's some beautiful flowers in there. And so it's going to be soon. So just keep your eye on the online exclusives. Loving these papers. I've done my Stampin' Up, my demo pre-order yesterday, and hopefully they are on their way. So that's just a few little pieces from head office news. And we also have 2 new kits. Bring you back to me. We also have a couple of new kits that I posted about. Oops, a daisy. The camera. There you go. Yeah, 2 new kits that have come out. A nice rustic one, a nice, just a modern sort of like Christmas tree one. So they're very nice. Look back on my notes and you'll see on my posts. Okay, so I will say cheerio for now. Confusing the ones that come in for 9 o'clock because we've already finished, but they can watch on replay. Okay, apologies for that. Hey, but we're still here. Nice to see you all, and see you again soon.